Hello, my name is Elaine Williams, and I am a professional motivational speaker. And I wanted to share a little bit about my journey because I think it might make a big difference for you all. I'm a big fan of Jordan, who's putting all of this together, and I love giving back. So I wanted to just share a little bit about my journey. So I did grow up performing, so I kind of had that sort of hamminess, I'm a ham, about me. Now, I wish I had studied public speaking in school, or debate, or speech, or communications. I didn't. I went the drama way. So I guess my point is with that, like, if you really are committed to something, whatever your background is, you can find a way. So one of the things I love about being a professional public speaker, you get to travel, you get to go to places you would never normally go to. It can take a while to break into it, but if you have an agent or a booker who really believes in you, that is awesome. I had a couple of years where I made somewhere between 30 and 40K in different speaking things. So it can be very lucrative. It's a great way to add to income if you have flexibility and other things that you do. And I was just about to start refocusing on speaking when COVID hit. So I'm also a coach, and I do real estate. I have many sources of income, which I'm a big fan of that too, but that's a whole nother video if you guys want me to talk about that. But why I love public speaking, because when you can learn to speak concisely and with conviction, so many doors will open for you. So learning to speak well and learn how to manage your body and your nerves will serve you well, whatever you go into. You know, one of the most Googled questions for women in business and in corporate is, how do I get my voice heard? I have been in so many women in business luncheons and meetings and conferences and workshops and seminars for years. And when they say how many people you were at in a meeting at work, you had an idea, you said it, nobody even acknowledged it. Then the guy next to you said it, and he got the credit. It happens all the time. So one of the things I love teaching people is how to speak with conviction and to have resonance. So I'm going to teach you a couple of very silly looking exercises that can help you. Because think about it, when we get nervous, sometimes we go up here, oh my God, I'm so excited. One of my clients, she always sounded like Minnie Mouse. She was a seasoned, really good lawyer at a super duper insurance company, but when she had to speak and present in front of her bosses or peers, her voice would get like this. She would kind of leave her body. So we did a series of warming up things and tapping. So even though this may seem silly and you may not want to do it, doing these exercises could change your life. I'm not kidding. It can help you for tests. It can help you calm down. So just really quick, when we're nervous, we go into fight, flight, freeze, which means the amygdala in our brain gets activated and our blood starts pumping and we get nervous and we sweat and our palms get sweaty and we can't think, right? It's a fight, flight, freeze reaction that when we were cave people, if we saw a Siberian tiger coming at us, we would go, ah, and we would have all this adrenaline and cortisol would shoot through our systems. So anyway, a lot of times when people decide they're going to speak, that comes again, right? It's a fear. So when you can learn to take a deep breath, and I'm talking a deep belly breath, like belly, like you're here. So take a deep breath with me. That's a deep belly. That's what opera singers do. Whoa! That's how they're able to sing, and that's why they live to be really old, because they're super oxygenated. So the next time you're afraid or nervous or tense, if you can take 3 deep breaths with your belly, do it with me. It will help slow your heart rate, slow your thoughts. Your racing thoughts will slow down. You will be able to focus. You will be more centered. You will do better on your tests. And you will do better when you're speaking, whether you're speaking in front of one person or 1,000. These are simple power tools, but they're very effective when you learn how to use them. So 3 deep breaths, that's one of my top speaking things. Another one is we're going to breathe in through our nose, and then we're going to bring out. This is a famous breathing technique by a famous director in New York City who helped the Olympic teams in Mexico in the 60s. He was a phenomenal guy named Stow. So we're going to breathe in. This is another one that will help you get centered and focused. And when you can learn to control your breath, it will help you learn to control your nerves. So if you're in a tense situation at school, at home, at church, at work, you can use those to help you calm yourself down so that you can be calm, cool, and collected. Here's the final episode I'm going to give you, final exercise I'm going to give you today, and it's called the bubble. And it looks weird, but it is a great way to release. It is not very sexy. And it tickles your nose a little bit, but it's a great way. It's a great way to warm up and to make sure that you're on your breath when you're speaking. So if you like these exercises and you tell Jordan, I will make some more for you. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, Captivate the Crowd. There are tons of free videos that talk about speaking with confidence and conviction. Now, so those are my 3 bubble exercises. I told you that you can make a lot of money as a professional speaker. It's also incredibly fulfilling to motivate people, to help inspire people to make big changes. It is just the most amazing feeling when you give of yourself and you have a whole audience of people who stand up and hug you and want to be with you and sign autographs with you. And it's just such a gift, that exchange. Another great thing about speaking is you can become an expert in one particular area. You can go dive deep in case you want to become, a customer service expert, or maybe you're into robotics and you want to talk about that. You can probably do things with the internet and technology that I can't do. So anything that you feel really good at and that you're passionate about, you can speak about. Now, there's a whole thing about positioning and packaging and actually getting booked, but you can start working on your motivational speaking career right now. One of the best ways to do it, to get better at it, is to do it. So you can get a speaking buddy and you can start practicing. You can look at famous speakers and their amazing speeches like MLK, I Have a Dream, like Alec Baldwin, Glengarry Glen Ross, Always Be Closing, like Norma Ray, like there's so many great people that you can watch and learn from and try to emulate. There's also an amazing, amazing international organization called Toastmasters, and I believe they have them for young people. You could even start one at your school. When I was training to be a life coach, and even though I had done all this acting and performing and singing and dancing and movies and careers and commercials and theater and voiceover, I had never spoken as myself. And the first time they called on me to stand up, I was like, oh, I went blank. My heart was pounding, my palms got sweaty. I completely forgot what I was going to say, and I was like, and I sat down and I said, Elaine, you've been performing your whole life. What the heck is wrong with you? So everything takes practice, but it's more about developing a skill. Don't worry about talent. I think talent is a word that can trip people up a lot. So I went to work. I went to work at Toastmasters and I studied with all kinds of people, but there's great ways to practice where you don't have to spend a lot of money. We can do it for free. So you can get a speaking buddy and you can practice. You can make videos and send them to each other. You can work on famous speeches that inspire you. You can start going to TED Talks. TED Talks, sometimes they're boring, but sometimes they're really good, and you will learn so much. Also, learning what really speaks to you. What are you passionate about? What do you love learning about? What do you love talking about? What do you love geeking out about? Like, I love stories. I love the arts. Like, I'm a total history buff. You know, I love sharing information and inspiring and connecting, and I love watching other people do it. So what do you love to do, and how could you parlay that into a speaking career? So hopefully this sparked your interest. You learned a little bit about and or just 3 deep breaths. And if you like this and you want more, just let Jordan know and I can make some more videos, or you can go to Captivate the Crowd and Camera and watch. There's a ton of free stuff there. Start watching TED Talks. Start watching speakers you find inspiring. Go on YouTube and surf around. Take notes. What do you like about them? Do they have a resonant voice? Do they sound very theatrical and dramatic, like James Earl Jones when he goes, "This is CNN," right? Great, great voice. Also the voice of Darth Vader. There's some people who are probably more like whatever. I don't care if I'm resonant. And there's some people who are very nasal. There's all different ways you can do with your voice, but there's a million possibilities. The biggest thing is to learn to come from your heart and your core so that you are a 3-dimensional speaker and not one of those, "Hi, I'm Elaine, and I'm so excited that you're here today." That's speaking from your head. We want you to speak from your whole body. Anyway, I don't want to overwhelm you, so that's all I'm going to give you for the day, for the time. But those are some of the things that you need if you're going to become a professional speaker, which I highly, highly recommend. It's an amazing, it can be challenging, but it's an amazing, amazing career choice. Thanks so much. I hope I get to meet you, and stay in school, stay safe, wear your mask, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now. Bye.